So the low operating cost that we see at Ewoyaa is absolutely what's going to help us through in the future. There's no doubt in my mind that this mine will be built.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Atlantic Lithium CEO Keith Muller. Keith, very good to speak with you. We've seen your announcement that Atlantic Lithium is engaging the Ghanaian government over the terms of the mining lease for your Ewoyaa Lithium Project. Could you provide us with some background on the project and the importance of the mining lease for the project?
Sure, certainly, Stephen. So Ewoyaa is one of the very few hard rock spodumene mines globally that's essentially shovel-ready. We've obtained a majority of our permitting over the last 24 months, and that last piece of the puzzle is the ratification of our mining lease by the Ghanaian Parliament. That's essentially the last step for us so that we can commence and complete with our financing and our offtake arrangements. So the mining lease was signed in October 2023 under a much different spodumene market than what we are seeing currently. You know, prices was coming down from an all-time high above $6,000 a tonne, and today we're sitting at about $800 a tonne, and that's been trading like that for the last 12 months. So it's really been challenging for the commodity market. And from our perspective, we must recognize that there's a significant change in what has been to what is today.
So why are discussions with the government taking place, Keith? What are you hoping to achieve?
Look, it's a proactive engagement with the government. And what we're trying to do is we wanted to find a solution that's mutually beneficial for all of us and for all stakeholders. You know, it's important that under this commodity market pricing that we're seeing at the moment, that we can attract international investment. We're seeing a lot of other spodumene producers globally that's struggling under the current market. Now, one thing that's in the favor of Ewoyaa is the very low operating cost that we have. But that does not make us immune to the suppressed spodumene pricing that we're experiencing at the moment. So we're really trying to find a solution that's best for the central region and that's best for the people of Ghana.
How does the government and Ghana stand to benefit from these discussions?
Look, I think it's important to recognize that in the central region, there's not a lot of mining activity. In fact, Ewoyaa will be the largest mine that region will have seen ever. So there's a lot of job opportunities available, over 900 direct employees, and perhaps as much as 2,500 indirect employees. We're already the largest taxpayer in that region. So activity in that region is really what is needed. And that's what the local community is telling us. So it's not only beneficial for the central region, but there's a lot of other spodumene projects that could potentially come online in Ghana. We would like to see a signal that those other international projects also have the possibility of growing and then actually working together with us in producing spodumene out of Ghana.
Keith, as it has with many of your peers, the lithium price decline has impacted the company's share price. What message do you have for both existing shareholders and also new potential investors?
Look, I think when it comes to spodumene mining, one of the most important factors to look at is the unit operating cost. As we've said, a lot of the global players at the moment are scaling back production or delaying any advancement of current projects. So the low operating cost that we see at Ewoyaa is absolutely what's going to help us through in the future. There's no doubt in my mind that this mine will be built. And I think especially what we're seeing with the off-takers we're talking at the moment, they're looking for a project that will be sustainable long-term and that will not only benefit when the prices are in the fluctuating $1,000, $2,000 a tonne, but it can actually maintain and be profitable at the long-term pricing, which we are seeing at about $1,200 to $1,400 a tonne.
Keith, I hope you'll keep us updated on progress with those discussions. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Stephen. Good talking to you.
And to you, Keith Muller, the CEO of Atlantic Lithium.